right, Rhino. Ready for the cake, my brother.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Discipline is everything. Ryan's super disciplined. One day he says, hey, you gotta cut down on this, cut down on that. It goes down to him and how he's gonna cut his weight and how he's feeling.
Food is damn good. Carlos makes some good food. Weight's coming off, my body's performing well, and we're all doing a great job collaborating together to get the best result possible.
For dinner tonight, we got some real nice beef tenderloin, AKA fillets. Right, got a little mashed potatoes. We got our mushroom mix right here. We're gonna saute them with a little butter. We got our broccoli all blanched off. We're ready to fry everything. You have all the elements that he needs to be a top athlete.
I just monitor my eating, keep assessing myself every time I take a bite, see if it worked, if it was enough, if it wasn't enough, and then make adjustments.
You gotta evaluate yourself and master yourself, because nobody's.
Inside Ryan Garcia's camp, the noise disappears and the routine takes over. Every morning begins with the same objective: become sharper, faster, and more prepared for Conor Benn than he has ever been before.
I mean, I opened up as the underdog, and it just felt like they just don't see my skills, and it's been that way for a long time since coming up. You know, they see the knockout, they see what I do, but they don't know how I'm doing it, so they never really rate me too well, you know, but that's fine. I have my style, and I'm confident against anybody, and just gonna keep on shocking people.
I'm a brave soul. I'm a brave soul, and I'm somebody that you could trust to always speak up with injustices and try to be the best leader I could possibly be, admit my wrongs, but also, you know, fight for what I believe in.
I see perfection, and I'm telling you, it's dangerous for the other guy because I see that he's a complete boxer. I told you yesterday that he was talking about his body structure, you know, what it means to him, and now he knows that this is the way he has to be going into the ring. I've never heard that before. So I told him, you know what, that's a breakthrough. This is like, it makes you now complete.
Ryan moves through conditioning drills, explosive pad work, technical combinations, and footwork exercises designed to keep him dangerous without allowing Benn to trap him against the ropes. The pace is relentless, but the real difference is the attention to detail.
For Ryan, the truth is it doesn't matter because he's too disciplined to let the weight or the next day weigh in be a problem for him.
You think it's just a working out thing, but it's more of a mental battle. And Ryan's so accustomed to it at this point that I truly don't believe it's going to affect him in any way. He just has a mission and he knows what he needs to accomplish.
It's pretty much the same process, getting down to 140 and then understanding when you got to make that final cut. You don't want to do it too early because it's tough living in dehydration. That's why you have to pay attention to every moment, how much water intake, just so you can balance and make things a little bit more easier for yourself.
Every combination has a purpose. Every movement is repeated until it becomes instinct. And every round is treated like another piece of the puzzle for September 12th. The left hook remains one of Ryan's biggest weapons, but the training is clearly about building a complete fighter around it, sharpening his right hand, improving his body work, and making sure his reactions stay lightning fast when Benn comes forward.
You know, my dad, my life, that I've said to myself, you better push it, you better win. Like my mom and dad, they gave their whole salary to this one tournament. We drove all the way over there.
It was cross country, and I said to myself, if I lose in this tournament and I got to do this long ride back home, this is gonna be torture. The title, so that was good.
Ryan's food has to match the workload, with carefully controlled meals designed to keep his energy high while helping him reach the required weight without sacrificing strength. Protein, carbohydrates, vegetables, and plenty of fluids become part of the routine, with every meal serving a purpose rather than simply satisfying hunger. There is no room for careless eating when a world title is on the line. Training, recovery, nutrition, sleep, repeat. That is the life of a fighter deep inside camp. While Conor Benn is preparing to close the distance and turn the fight into a physical battle, Ryan Garcia is building the conditioning and precision needed to keep that pressure from ever becoming comfortable. The cameras may capture the punches, but the real preparation happens in all the quiet moments nobody sees. The training footage shows Ryan Garcia fine-tuning every detail for Conor Benn. But the debate around this matchup gets a lot more interesting when TalkSport starts questioning whether Benn's biggest advantage could also become his biggest problem. Duke McKenzie immediately went after the 147-pound issue, arguing that Benn has not fought at the weight for years and that making it could take away the very explosiveness he needs to challenge Ryan. Spencer Oliver pushed that argument even further, pointing back to the Regis Prograis fight and suggesting the power simply was not the same at 150.
I think Conor Benn's going to be physically strong enough, because I think it'd be weight drained. I'm not making excuses for him, you understand, but I think he'd be weight drained before the fight, because I think they don't have a weight stipulation where they can put on as much as they want after the weigh-in. Even if you're eating all night long, even if you're eating all night long, you still only so much weight you can put on. Let's just say he puts on a stone overnight and he goes into the fight at 154. Still ain't going to be strong enough, because Garcia ain't a small guy.
161, yeah.
Sorry, Garcia's not a small guy. Garcia's a big
Garcia is a big welterweight. And honestly, that is the elephant sitting in the middle of this entire matchup. Benn can talk about pressure all day, but pressure without the same physical strength is a completely different animal. Then Duke made another point that caught my attention. World-level power is not the same as power at British level. That is where the conversation gets serious, because Ryan Garcia is not just another opponent standing across from Benn. He is a world champion with speed that can punish even the smallest mistake. But Spencer was not completely writing Benn off either. He reminded everyone that Ryan has shown flat performances before, meaning the right version of Conor absolutely has a chance if he can bring his best form.
Power at British level is not power at world level.
Absolutely.
The power at world level is totally different. You can get fighters who are not really the biggest of punchers at world level, but they're at world title level, the world champions, and they can crack, and they're not known as big punchers, but you feel that power. They can punch. There's a difference in the power, isn't there?
If Conor would have beaten Jack Catchall, as an example, or other top-line fighters at that weight, 4, 5, 6 guys maybe, you're 3, 4 guys at that weight, in the run-up to this fight, then you'd go, you know what, the boy's got half a chance.
Then Simon Jordan added another layer, suggesting Benn could potentially have the weight issue hanging over him if things go wrong. That is the pressure. Benn has to make 147, perform at 147, and prove that he can still carry his best weapons there. Yet, Simon also defended Benn's ability and called him an exciting, unpredictable fighter who can make this a real event. So, now we have two completely different stories colliding. Ryan has the tools, Benn has the danger, and September 12th decides which argument survives.
But what he's fighting now is a young, much improved Ryan Garcia, who's world champion.
But notwithstanding all of that, whatever we do or don't think about the matchmaking that's enabled Conor to do so well, he's an exciting fighter, and it will be an exciting fight with Garcia because he brings his own brand of excitement and opportunity to observe.
The TalkSport panel gave us plenty to debate about Conor Benn's chances. But Paulie Malignaggi took that conversation and basically threw it out the window. When Paulie was asked directly about Ryan Garcia versus Benn, there was no hesitation at all. He said he does not see this fight making it to 6 rounds. And honestly, that is about as confident as you can get without already knowing the result. Paulie is not just giving Ryan the edge because of speed either. He is talking about a completely different level of skill and power. And that is where his prediction gets interesting. He believes Ryan, especially now that he is carrying the WBC belt, has another level of responsibility pushing him to perform. And I actually agree with that part. A champion walking into a fight against a dangerous name like Benn has a chance to make a statement. And Ryan knows exactly what kind of attention this fight is going to bring.
I just push you on Garcia Benn. I mean, a lot of people saying that Garcia is too skilled.
Ryan knocks him out. The fight doesn't go 6 rounds, in my opinion. Ryan knocks him out.
Why is that? Is that the disparity in skill, or?
Yeah, I mean, disparity in skill, disparity in power. I don't think Conor Benn's that good, bro. I mean, I think it's obvious he's not that good, but, you know, Ryan Garcia is a very good fighter. You know, when he's motivated and he's pushing himself.
Benn has the name, the personality, the pressure, the fan base, but Paulie simply does not believe the ability matches the spotlight. That is a massive claim because Benn is not walking into this fight without experience or confidence. We have already heard Benn say he has been completely locked in, training constantly, and preparing for the best version of Ryan. So now the question becomes whether all that discipline can close what Paulie believes is a huge talent gap. And here is where I would not get carried away. Ryan's speed and left hook can change a fight instantly, but Benn's pressure could still create problems if he gets inside early. All he sees is a statement victory. Benn sees the biggest opportunity of his career. Ryan sees a chance to remind everyone why he is the champion. At this point, everybody has picked a side, and September 12th is where we find out who was reading this fight correctly.
Will understand the responsibility on his shoulders as well to elevate his game. He's already at a very good level. He's already a very good fighter. But this fight is an opportunity for him to make a statement because he's fighting a guy who's got a big name, but also a guy who probably doesn't belong in the ring with him. And so I think he's got a chance to do something of a statement in this fight by getting, you know, a massive destructive type of victory. And I think that's probably...
You know, as a champion, Ryan will understand the responsibility on his shoulders as well to elevate his game. He is already at a very good level. He is already a very good fighter, but this fight is an opportunity for him to make a statement because he is fighting a guy who has got a big name, but also a guy who probably does not belong in the ring with him. And so, I think he has got a chance to do something of a statement in this fight by getting a massive destructive type of victory. And I think that is probably what happens in the fight. The more I hear from both sides, the more I keep coming back to one question. Can Conor Benn actually force Ryan Garcia to fight his fight? Because if he cannot, I think this could become a very long night for Benn. And that is where Paulie's prediction starts making sense. Ryan does not need to chase Benn around the ring throwing everything he has. He can simply use that speed, touch him with the jab, change angles, and wait for Benn to overcommit. The problem for Conor is that patience is exactly what you need when you are facing someone this explosive. And we have already heard how dangerous Ryan's left hook can be. The TalkSport discussion about distance was important because this matchup could completely change depending on where the exchanges happen. At mid-range, Ryan's speed gives him a huge advantage. But once Benn gets chest to chest and starts making things physical, suddenly Ryan has a different problem to solve.
Did he quit?
Do you think he's a quitter, I guess?
Did he quit? As a fighter, I can say he did.
Yeah.
With Rolly, did he go in his shell once he got clipped? You know, so he did. You know, and our DNA is just different. Our makeup's completely different. You know, I'm a guy swinging, and I'm gonna go out on my shield always. You know, I'll stand there and.
So when you put everything together, Ryan Garcia has the speed, explosiveness, precision, and experience at the highest level, while Conor Benn has the pressure, determination, and the mindset to make this fight uncomfortable. The biggest question is whether Benn can get inside before Ryan finds his timing, because once Garcia starts landing that left hook clean, the entire fight could change in seconds. Paulie sees an early statement from Ryan. TalkSport believes Benn still has a dangerous path if he can overcome the weight and pressure questions, and honestly, that is what makes this matchup so interesting. I have got Ryan Garcia stopping Conor Benn somewhere around rounds 5 to 7, but boxing loves proving predictions wrong. What do you think happens when that opening bell rings? Does Benn drag Ryan into a war and shock everybody? Or does Garcia's speed and power simply become too much? Drop your prediction in the comments and let us debate it. And yo, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters for more boxing breakdowns.